Alrighty, let's see here. Am I live? Let's click on it. I think I am. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Yes, I am live. Okay, cool. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Muse palette from Cosmic Brushes, and I had shown last year on my channel the Serenity palette, which is super duper pretty, and this is the color story for that one. It is very, very nice, definitely a little bit more on the grungy side. And then the Muse palette, still on the grungy side, but a little bit more floral with the color story, I think, at least. And so I personally prefer the Serenity palette color story, just with like how I like to have things. But I mean, the Muse palette is very, very beautiful as well. So we're going to be taking a look primarily at this guy for today. So it's going to be super fun. Caitlyn from CPFashionCosmetics is going to be coming by. She's going to check it out with me as well. And so that way you guys will have a couple different looks to go on. And so I am excited for us to test this guy out. I'm definitely noticing that it looks like there are at least a couple. This luster shade is definitely going to be a pretty iridescent shade. And then the ambient shade looks like it's probably going to be some form of duochrome, if not I think duochrome, honestly, and then just has a few different types of speckles of shimmers in there. The antique shade is looking pretty interesting as well. So definitely a few shades in here that could be a little bit of a surprise with how they're going to end up going. And so I am super duper excited to see how that ends up looking. So we are going to go ahead, I think, and just get my face started so that way I am ready to go with everything while we are waiting for Caitlyn to come by. So let's see here. I'm going to throw on some primer as I do, because yesterday I was filming and I completely forgot to put on primer. So that was super fun for me. Gave me a completely different read on the foundation I was trying out. And so today we are going to make sure that we put on primer. Hi, Sandra. Oh my goodness. Hi. I feel like I haven't seen or talked to you in forever. How are you? Oh my goodness. Caitlyn's going to be coming on here in just a little bit. And so you're going to get to have both of us just going absolutely crazy as we always do. So it's going to be a super fun live today. So let's see here. I have my sponge all ready to go. Man, this is going to be a good time today. I think it's going to be fun. So I'm very, very excited. I'll wait until a few more people pop in so that we can swatch this guy, because, I mean, look at this color story. Look how pretty that is. So we're definitely going to swatch all of the shimmers to make sure that we know what we're dealing with, if there's any duo or multi-chromes, or if there's some fun iridescence. So we're going to take a look at that. But I'm just putting on my base for right now. I went out of order yesterday with a video that I was filming, and it was a disaster because I forgot how to do things. And as soon as you go out of order, it just gets messed up. So today I am doing things the normal way of putting my face on first and then putting my eyes on. Thank you. It's getting so long too. Like, I haven't straightened my hair in forever. And so I figured the other day I would straighten it, and it's getting long. I want it to be like down to here-ish, and then I'll actually start styling it. And I do really like the reddish brown, but I am already missing the blonde, and so I'm probably going to go back to the blonde here soon. I already have an appointment set up with my hairdresser to just kind of look at maybe throwing in some highlights and things like that, just to slowly start making it lighter. Hi, Wendy. Thank you so much for joining us. It's going to be a good time today. We're going to be hanging out with the Cosmic Brushes palette. And I was looking at the Serenity palette because I have that one too. And that was one of my favorites from last year. And it still is. Like, I was looking back at the color story for it, and I like it just as much as I did last year. So I think I'm still preferential to the Serenity palette. As far as color stories go, I think that the Muse palette is really pretty. but it's a little bit more floral. Yes, this is the Makeup by Mario foundation. I am testing it out. I had made a video with it yesterday that went really, really well, but I had forgotten to put on primer. And so today I am retrying it out, and I made sure that I put on primer, because if I don't prime, especially around the nose area, my foundations get crazy. It's also just slightly too dark of a shade for me, but I think for the summertime, this foundation is going to be amazing. So this shade is the 7C shade, which is meant for like between light and medium. And so I don't have super fair skin. It's more like slightly deeper than a fair skin, but I certainly don't have like medium skin tone at all. And because my job doesn't let me go out in the sunlight, because there's no windows on our building for some reason, because it's a really old building, I don't get super duper tan anymore like I used to, which is sad, because it's like, you live in Arizona, you would think I could get a tan. Oh, you have 4C? Okay, very nice. What do you think of it? Do you like it so far? I'm finding that I like it. I'm definitely noticing that, like, in the cheek area, it's a little bit pore minimizing for me. But I think I still need to play around with different types of primer, because I'm not sure that I like how it's working with the Hydro Grip primer, which is the primer that I decided to use for today. It's looking a little bit textured around like my mouth and chin area. And so I'm not quite sure if I am liking that or not. So, because yesterday, actually without a primer, I really, really liked how it turned out. It was weird. So you would, I mean, maybe this is one of those foundations where it's like less is more, you know? You never know. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah, I did this for the new year. I was like, I just need to actually see what all the makeup is that I have, because otherwise, if it's just in drawers, I'm never going to use all of it. And so I wanted to do some kind of setup where I could see everything, and then you guys could also see everything, so that in case there's ever like a day where I do like a shop my stash, that you guys could kind of let me know what kinds of things palette-wise you guys are wanting me to use for funsies. So I really like how it turned out, and I'll kind of move the palettes around every so often to just kind of see what we've got. Oh, it looks like Caitlyn is slowly coming on. Let me ring her in here and add her to the stream.
Hello. Yay. I was like, well, how do I join?
You're like, I see her talking. What do I do?
I love your hair.
Thank you. Yeah, it's getting really, really
It looks
long.
even
And
redder
so
right now.
I'm living my best long hair life.
The aerial life.
Yes.
Hello.
Right.
Is anybody here yet?
Yeah, we've got Sandra is here, Wendy is here, and let's see here. Wendy says she loves it.
Duh. I was in the private chat. I'm like, where are the comments? I was like, no.
Yeah.
Hi,
So
Sandra. Hi, Wendy.
looks like so we were talking about the Makeup by Mario foundation, because that's what I threw on my face.
I want
And
to try
Wendy
that.
really likes it. I'm really enjoying it so far. I think it's really good. I just need to be trying out a couple different types of primers with it. And so Wendy was saying that she uses the Urban Decay primer. Do you use the which one? The Optical Illusion one, or do you use the All Nighter? Which primer do you use, Wendy? And yeah, Falco's going to be around.
Cute.
This is also
Hello, this is my show too.
He's like, I'm the real star here. We know it.
Not them.
Yes, Falco, my
So
handsome
cute.
boy. Yes, sir.
I want to try that foundation when the sale comes around. Is it really glowy?
It's not. So I thought initially that it was going to be, but I would say it's more of like a satin headed towards matte finish. Not
Okay.
super duper matte, but also definitely not like a hydrating foundation at all.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I really enjoy it so far. It does a little bit of pore minimizing around like the nose and the cheeks area, so really enjoy that part of it.
I do like satin matte finish, so that
Yeah,
sounds like
you might
something
really
I like.
like it then. I think, and it's not super duper heavy at all, and so I'm really enjoying it so far.
It looks really pretty. I've seen from most of the reviews that a lot of people like it.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. I am super judgy on foundations these days just because like they're so expensive for a lot of them, and so I always wait until I see a good number of like reviews come out before I'll
Yeah,
even
me
potentially try.
too. Like there'll be some where I'll wear it like a couple times and then I'm like, this is going back.
Yeah.
If I buy anything from Sephora or Ulta, I'm like, I give it like a couple chances and then I'm like, I'm not just keeping it if I don't like it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like this was definitely one where I looked for a color match in the store. I was like, I'm not risking it with buying online.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't understand, like, some people I get, like, if they do it for their job, like, they have, like, millions of subscribers and they wanna tell people, like, why they like something, but
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm not gonna keep something that's $60." I was like, "I want my money back."
Yeah, exactly. Unless I love it. And that's one of those things where like I used to have like two drawers full of foundations. And I'm like, why, man? Like
Yeah, I cut
I'm
my
never going to
foundation
use
collection
all
in
of this.
half, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
when lockdown happened, cut it in half. I'm like, "I'm not wearing half of these anymore."
Okay, yeah, definitely come back later.
"Okay, what's your name?"
Weather Rain, I don't have I ever gotten her have I ever gotten your name, Weather Rain? I can't remember. Um I'm not as good as Debbie with like keeping lists of like when everyone uses like certain
Oh,
names.
she's so
It's the same
funny.
as mine. I was like, I hold no grudges against anyone if they can't remember my name is Kat because since my
Right.
channel
You
name is
have a lot
Baby
of subscribers, you're not gonna remember all their
Jack.
names. So I do my eyes first, but
Okay.
if do you wanna show, like, the palettes that we're using first, or
Yes. So I showed it at the very, very
okay,
beginning, but now that we're getting more people and we can definitely show it off
I'll
now. I
do
haven't
my,
swatched
like
anything.
like
You're like, meow.
you come in this way. Like Star Wars.
Yeah, like it's like you have it where it's like a long time
Time ago.
ago.
It's like when I finally get to use the palette.
Yeah. I was so jealous that you were already getting to play around with it, and I'm like, I haven't
I could not
processed yet.
wait. It's like, "No, I wanna use it too," but it's so beautiful. Oh my god, I love it
I
so
really
much.
like it. But like I was holding it up next to the Serenity palette because I grabbed my Serenity palette too.
Mhm,
And I definitely think I still prefer the Serenity color story, you know?
mhm. Well, that's more your vibe, though.
Yeah, like this so the Muse palette to me is a lot more of like floral shades, which is really beautiful, and I like that they're
Floral
like
shade.
grungy. Yeah,
Yeah,
they are your vibe for
this is
sure.
so my vibe. Because
Yes,
I didn't
and
get the
then
Serenity palette, but I
like
just saw how like, so many people love this brand, and I'm like, I don't know if I wanna get it," but then you were like, "Here," and I was like, "Fuck yeah."
she's like, "You send it to me for free? Yes, I'll
No, that
take
was so
it."
sweet. Thank you.
Oh,
Have you
man.
been able to play with the Nomad palette yet?
I have not, dude. I've legitimately like my life is just a trash
A
bin
lot.
right now. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's been so much. Like I was looking at it, and so in the Air Force we get 30 days of vacation a year that we accumulate,
Mhm.
and which is really really nice. And I was looking at it, and I have taken in the last 2 years 8 days of vacation.
Wow, that's not a lot of time off.
It is not, but here's the thing is that it was all self-choice, like, it wasn't like my work was making me, I just was like, "I'm really enjoying my job, I don't need a vacation," and then
And
now
then you
here I
realize
am.
it, and it's like,
Ugh.
I need a
Yeah, it's
break."
like yeah, you don't realize that you need a break until it's like you're about to actually break.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's how I was last year too. It's like I've just been a lot more chill this year, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna be selfish because I
yes,
need to be.
absolutely. Yeah. So I cannot wait. I'm planning on taking vacation where I'm not even going anywhere, but I'm taking like 5 weeks off to just literally be at home and sleep. And so,
Yeah, you need you time. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
yes, I cannot wait. It's going to be so nice.
That's great. That sounds amazing. So, I think I'm gonna do something a little unconventional and use colors that not everybody else is using. I'm
Yes.
thinking about using the yellow
Yes.
and maybe I want to play with the purples.
Okay. Okay.
So, and maybe I'll use some of the neutrals too because I feel like the yellow, I'm not sure what else to pair it with, but
Mhm.
I'm just
Okay.
very curious about this yellow.
Yeah, the Admire shade, is that the one
Mhm.
you're Yeah, it's a nice mustardy yellow looking shade.
It's interesting that they put that in there because the only like I love this palette, but the only thing I was like, why isn't there a purple matte in here? But then I'm like, okay, like the purples go with the greens and the pinks, so
Yeah.
but I was like, I just want one purple like lavender or something, but it's fine.
Right? And that's where the Serenity palette comes in because it has
Right.
all of your
Like, well,
greens
then
and
you
blues
need
and
both.
purples.
But
Yeah,
like the
that's
formula is so soft and
yeah.
it literally blends itself. Like
Yes. It's
it
so
takes like
easy to
5
work with.
minutes to do an eye look.
Yeah.
It's like Blend Bunny or like Nomad. I'm like, wow, this is so easy.
Yes. So I like it more than Blend Bundy's formula just because I have found that it's more pigmented right off the bat.
Yeah.
You know, like with Blend Bunny, it's definitely really great for putting the shades together. And it's really good for beginners that aren't wanting like super
Mhm.
in your face colors right off the bat. But for me, I love how pigmented these guys are just straight away.
Yeah, like it blends just as easily as the Blend Bunny formula, but the
Yep.
Blend Bunny takes a little bit more building, but it's so easy
Yeah.
to build those shades.
Yes.
But it's still so I love Blend Bunny.
Yeah, so speaking of Blend Bunny, I actually have
Did you get
um
the new one?
I did. So I got the lure and I got the quad that
That's
is
a pretty one.
the new multi-pro
Oh no.
quad.
Was that mine? Oh, I don't know if it was on your end or mine. It was probably mine.
Yeah,
It's such a
so
beautiful palette.
it is like the packaging on it, it's like all sparkly with like the shimmer on there. And
Pretty.
the color story is really pretty. But I was looking at the Trove, which is the quad of
Yeah.
multi-chromes. They are actually really, really nice. And so
Everybody's
I'm
saying
gonna
they're
do
gorgeous.
they are like, and it's not super expensive. Like
And
I
that's
was
the first thing
expecting,
that's sold out for them too.
yeah. So I'm hoping that she keeps bringing it back because they are really, really good.
And she's
Wendy, you got
teasing
the
a new
lure?
one.
Yes. That's
Cannot
awesome. Do
wait.
you like it? I think the color story is really pretty. I love, like, look at all of these. They're so
They're
pretty.
gorgeous. I
Yes.
almost got it, but I'm like, I'm not gonna use it enough. But it's
Yeah.
so pretty.
I mean, honestly, Caitlin, I feel like you would because, like, these three
I don't
rows
need
in the
any more. I
center,
mean, do we
you
really need more palettes?
touche.
No.
That
I
is
like
fair.
I use my I'm like a daily makeup wearer, so it's like
Yeah.
if it's something that I'm not gonna wear every day, it's like but there are obviously palettes I don't wear all the time, but
Yes.
I kinda like more of those mixture kind of palettes, like this palette is like a mixture of
Yeah.
wearable colors and pops of color, and those are usually the palettes that I use the most.
Yes, 100%. And that's why I like showing those palettes on my channel because it's like those are the types of palettes that people are realistically going to actually use versus like palettes where it's all shimmers or
Mhm.
all mattes, you know?
Yeah. Like, kind of wanna go into the teal shade. I guess we'll see how that
Oh,
looks.
yeah. I think that
Um
would look really pretty with the mustardy yellow.
It's like a different combo of colors.
Did an all pink look? Oh,
Oh yeah, I'm sure
yes.
it was beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. You would use it. But guess what else I just got in the mail? I was so pumped about it.
I'm oh, what is that?
It's the new Touch of Glam palette.
Ooh, I don't think I've even seen that. Wait, did you? Oh yeah. Oh, it's so
Yes.
pretty.
It's a 9 pan of multi-chromes.
Oh,
Oh
it's
my
so
gosh.
gorgeous. Those look so reflective. They look like
Yeah.
glass.
They are going to, so they are in that formula that she has that's like the foiled multi-chromes.
I've
And
never
so
tried her before.
oh, I love it. You definitely like you have to give her a try. She
I
just
have like of like 10 brands on a list.
right? I also
Cosmic Brushes wasn't even on there.
I like how I feel like you're very similar to I have like a whole table of palettes that I have to actually do something with and
Right?
I just
But I actually I have to use it within like 3 days or it gives me like serious anxiety.
yeah. The so yes, I did, Wendy. And I'm actually going to be posting that video here super shortly. I already filmed it. The P. Louise box for February, Caitlyn, that's what she was asking about.
Mhm.
And so I already filmed it, and I am going to be posting it next week. So that is
Cool.
ready to go. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know why I'm a month behind on my P. Louise subscription, but I am, and so it's like everyone
I
just
couldn't
gets
tell
to
you.
see like forever behind on everything.
Fine. Life.
Right? Okay, so
Um,
if you're going with the brighter colors, then I am going to do a
she's
more
gonna do the
you
neutral.
vibe. So I think I'm gonna end up using the petal and the sweet pea shades, which are like the
They're so
kind of
pretty. That's what I was gonna
peachy.
use, but I was like,
Yes.
I'm gonna do it different."
There you go. So we're just gonna flip flop because you're doing a look that I would normally do, and so now I'm gonna do the opposite
You
of
can
that.
but you could do whatever you want. You don't have to use the pinks.
I wanna. I never use pinks and reds because I'm
These are
always
such
like,
these are, like, really beautiful wearable pink colors that I feel like even people that don't like pink will like these shades.
okay. They bill you at the end of the month and send out. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah,
Oh, okay. See, I
yeah.
love watching your I'm not a huge P. Louise person, but I love
Mhm.
watching your unboxings.
Yes, it's so I get it why some people don't appreciate P. Louise as much because their packaging is very, very crazy. But to me, it's like I'm living my best 12-year-old vibe
I know,
right
it's so I think the packaging is adorable. It was just,
now.
like,
Yes.
the controversy that she had, like, a while back. I was like, it just kinda
Yeah,
rubbed me the wrong way.
definitely true. Although I feel like things are slowly getting better. Like I think she learned, you know, because I haven't really seen anything controversial in a really long time from her, you know.
Uh, well, I might, but again, I have I still
You're
need
like, I have
I
enough.
have a big list. You know what? I just wiped off the shade that I didn't wanna use, and I just dipped back into it again. It's like, why did I even do that in the first place? Um, but I did order the new Nomad palette.
Okay, yes, I ordered it too. That is
It
a color story that I can get behind for
that
sure.
is it's so pretty, and the price is amazing.
Okay, yeah, I mean, definitely for the multi-chromes. I'm super curious to see what the quality of the multi-chromes ends up being because Debbie was saying that they changed the whole formula.
Mhm.
Um, and so
Yeah,
I am
it's
going to
yeah,
like I'm gonna view this palette as completely new. Like I'm gonna
yeah.
look at it as
I
if
was
I have
thinking of it the
never
same, yeah.
yeah,
Because they look super like, shiny
yeah,
and very wet looking,
yeah,
but people say they hold up, like, amazing.
yes. So, Wendy, I think it was from what I had heard, the main issue was that she was making comments on social media that were like inappropriate types of comments. Um, and so I think that was why she was in hot water for a little while.
I
Um,
kind of forgot, but It's like,
Yeah.
dude, they have these dramas that happened so long ago that it's like, why
Yeah.
do I not like this brand again?
Yes. Well, and I feel like from what I remember, um, her controversy in the greater scheme of the controversies that had been happening
Yeah.
wasn't that big of a deal. And
The
so,
list goes on and on and on and on.
right, it got overshadowed by the craziness of other things.
Right. Which I don't even remember what was going on at the time that overshadowed that, but
Yeah,
I'm sure it was something ridiculous. But, so yeah, I got that new palette, and even though I was telling Debbie, "I don't need it. I don't need another Nomad palette," I was like, "I already have 4," and I was like, It's your fault that I got so into the brand." And now it's like I can't stop.
yeah. I do think it's funny that um, we never got around to doing the live for the 3 of us, and then it's like the next palette is already
I
coming out, and
know.
we're like,
It's
"Shoot."
like we had, like, almost 2 months, but it's just
Oh.
schedules never ended up syncing up, and I'm like, "It's fine." I was like, "Let's just do it as a collab." I was like, "That'll just be way easier," but I have played with that palette a lot, and it's definitely my favorite besides the Whistler Snow Lodge palette.
Yeah,
It's and I don't have any problems with the shimmers. Like Debbie said, you just use your finger and they last so well and they
yeah,
apply beautifully. So,
yeah, and I've been getting, more of those, like, sponge applicators because I really feel like they do a great job of applying stuff.
it's so funny because like every time I see her use that, it's like it takes me back to when we had those like little like drugstore ones and I'm like, remember when we used to just throw those away?
Right? And now people are like, "You have to use
They're
brushes to
making a
apply it," and
comeback.
I'm like, "Or the sponges formulas
And I'm like,
changed."
what? I was like, why do we have all these expensive brushes when you could just use that?
Like, not everything needs a brush to be applied.
Right. I mean, I'm such a brush person, but, like, when it comes to swatches shimmers, I always use my finger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been watching, like, a bunch of videos.
Yes, Allie does such awesome, like, different colors and everything. I really enjoy her channel.
Ooh, yes, Sandra. I actually started working out again too, I forgot to tell you, Sandra.
I'm proud of you, Sandra. That's awesome,
Woohoo.
going to the gym.
Um, so I'm excited for that palette, and what else are you eyeing?
So there are a couple new palettes that I have saved on my phone. Let me grab that real quick because I took pictures so that I could show you. So the main things that I am interested in there's 2 palettes. One of them is from Bella Beauty Bar. It's
Mhm.
the Make Your Own Magic eyeshadow palette,
Is that the
and
new spring one?
it's the new one that she had. It's coming out on April 5th. Um, and it's a 9 pan palette. It's kind of similar to the Touch of Glam one in that it's all like different
Shimmer?
types of shimmers and multi-chromes. But it looks like a very different formula that almost kind of reminds me of the Copacetic Flaky formula. So
That
I'm
purple is
super
so pretty.
curious. What happened?
That purple is so pretty. Oh my god. It, like, literally looks like amethyst on your lid, but I have to build it up, but it's oh my god, these shimmers are stunning. I was like, "Huh."
Hi, Zach. Welcome.
Hi, Zach.
And then let's see here. The other one
Mhm.
was from Enchanted Luster, the Dragon Prism 3. So those are the 2 that I'm really looking
I
at.
haven't seen either. I don't think Bella Beauty Bar revealed it yet.
Mhm. They did. They
They
did.
did?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
did. So I grabbed the Dragon Prism one. I grabbed from the Indie Makeup Hotspot channel, and then Bella Beauty Bar. Already that one I just grabbed from their site, so they
Hi,
already posted it.
Sylvia.
Hey, Sylvia, welcome.
Sylvia Jackson. Ooh. I
She's
have to
like,
do it when Zena's not here.
right? She has her own theme song everywhere she goes.
We need to sing a theme song for every person that comes in. That'll be a lot. Like, I can't.
That would be
I'm
too
done.
many.
We don't have that kind of talent.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Okay, let's
sorry. Um, yeah, there's nothing really that I want right now because since I got the new Nomad palette, I'm kind of just not getting any more for a while. But I was like, I'm on a low buy for palettes, and then I ended up with 5 more, and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, so I didn't tell you, but I don't know if you saw like my review on the Odin's Eye palettes.
Oh, the three that had come out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I only got Batty Beans and Makeup Just for Funs. And I was
Hmm.
watching your video about that you didn't pick them up, but you did talk about like the influencers. And I really like Makeup Just for Fun's channel. I don't know if
Yeah.
you checked her out yet.
I did since then because I had several people that were like, "You're crazy, Kat. Why don't you
I was
watch
like,
her?"
she's so
Yeah.
good. She's so sweet and just I just love like how chill her vibe is. Um but what sucks is that oh, thank you. Yeah, they're chrome.
And then there's me, my little stubs that I have right now.
What's crazy is that this is 3 weeks old and it's like they last so long.
Nice.
But I didn't like her palette that much though.
Oh, really?
Because there's like a quality issue with it.
Oh,
Like
interesting.
it's very very powdery mattes, like almost like unworkable to be honest. But the
Interesting.
shimmers are stunning.
Okay.
But like they're just super powdery and but Batty Beans palette is perfect. It's like the same formula,
Hmm.
but like the other one and I wanted the Flora Story one more than the other one, but I was like, let me just get both because I love both of them. And then meanwhile the other one performs like a breeze and the other one takes like forever to blend.
Hmm. That's really
So,
interesting.
yeah, like cuz I know like you were not sure about like the shimmers and like I guess, like, they just have changed, like, manufacturers again, I don't know. But I didn't see
Yeah.
where these ones were made.
Hmm. I mean, I've never had an issue with the Odin's Eye palettes before. The main thing that I wasn't happy about was the
The
private
singles, right?
the private labeling that they did for their single multi-chromes
Right.
they had released. Um, because I felt like that was just ridiculous, the upcharging that they were doing on there.
Yeah. When, Blend Bunny and, Nomad are making multi-chromes more affordable.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, so I know that Blend Bunny gets theirs in a lab, and so it's not that they're making them in house, but it's at
Mhm.
least not private labeled, you know?
Right. Like, it's all her stuff. What do
Yeah.
you think her new release is gonna be?
For Blend Bunny,
Mhm.
um, I don't know. I can tell you what I hope it's gonna be. Because there are several colors that I kind of feel like are lacking in her palettes, and that
Mhm.
is like oranges and yellows. And so I
Yeah.
really hope she does something with that.
'Cause that's what the teaser has is orange,
Yes.
but then there's like a more muted side, so people are like, "Oh my god, like, I hope it's like a spring collection," and I'm really hoping for that too.
Okay. That could
But,
be really nice.
like, with the All Done Up palette, I love it, like, I feel like I don't have to go into anything else, but there are a couple shades in there that are, like, too close to the other, and it's like, I love having more defining shades and more shades for, like, depth, but like some of the browns are just like literally look like the same shade.
Yeah.
It's like I don't need two deepening brown shades.
I
But this
think
fig shade in here, oh my god, it's so good. I've already used it like a couple times.
nice. I'm using the rosewood shade to kind of, and it's blending with the
What's wrong
petal
with
shade
me? I keep
really
on getting into
nice.
the wrong shade. Which shade?
Rosewood.
Yeah, that one's really pretty too. I used that
Yeah.
earlier today. This is my second look of the day. So what are you watching right now?
Like for shows?
Mhm.
Um, Not a ton. So I'm more into watching things on YouTube, and so I watch a lot of true crime channels
Of
on there.
course.
So if you're wanting like recommendations on true crime, I can give you all of the recommendations. Because like that's all that Debbie and I talk about is like what's going on in the true crime realm.
I used to be, like, so super into true crime, but now the only person I watch is Bailey.
Okay.
But, I'm like, "Oh, I just learned about all the cases I didn't know about from her anyway," so
Okay. So you'll really enjoy them, Sylvia. They're really nice. They start off a lot more like light, and then you build them up really, really nice. And so all of the color stories are really, really pretty. I think I really like how she does the gradients on there, where you can really clearly see like how you would have like a monochromatic look or how you can potentially like stack them. And so for color theory people, her palettes are
Yeah.
like a dream come true.
Which I do love because, it's, like, just a one-stop shop palette where you don't have to really dip into anything else.
Yeah. Ooh, Chris, that's all you watch? What are you loving for true crime channels?
Um, but the brands that are on my list, I really do wanna try Fantasy Cosmetica still.
Okay, yeah. That and so Falco like shook
You
himself and
have
now I have dog fur everywhere. I'm like, what?
Yeah, do you have the Druid palette or
I actually don't have any of their
Oh.
palettes. Um, so I've been taking a look and none of them have grabbed me yet,
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I thought too, but the shimmers are beautiful, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, I thought you would have gotten the most recent palette.
I was on the fence, but I'm still holding out a little bit. I have been following that, Sandra. I think that is just an absolutely crazy case, and I have no sympathy for people that hurt their own children. And so,
They're just evil people.
yeah, like I mean, and I get it that it looks like she probably got sucked into the cult stuff because of Chad, but at the same time, like I don't care what kind of mental state I am in, I will never hurt my children. So,
Yeah, like, I don't even know about this case, I haven't followed that, but it's
so
crazy.
it's a case where she was married to someone else and then ended up getting together with this guy Chad, and he is kind of like a cult leader type of guy. Um,
Uh-huh.
and
Crazy.
he made her go a little bit crazy, and it looked like she had murdered both of her children. And then because like people couldn't find them and everything, and so that whole trial was happening, and it was just
Wow,
yeah, it was awful.
terrible. I need to grab my sponge.
Yeah, go for it.
Be right back.
I completely forgot that I was supposed to do shimmers on here, so I've been sitting here with an all night look.
Mats in my crease and just that's it. It's over.
Yes. So some of the channels that I really enjoy watching for true crime is that chapter. He's a guy from the UK and he's hilarious with how he does things. He has this like little dance that he'll do whenever there's someone that is going for that life insurance policy. He has like a little jig that he does with it and it's so funny. But his storytelling is really, really good. So I love watching him. I love watching Annie Elise with 10 to Life. She's really awesome. And she is like really good for staying on top of like current trials and things that are going on. So like with the Ohio 4 or Idaho 4, she was like really tracking it the whole time. Let's see here. Who else do I have? I have a couple that I watch just for funsies where they do their makeup while they're talking about things.
Like
And
Bailey.
yeah. Better Off Red. She's a really fun channel. She gets super sassy and snarky about the people that are killers, which is great because I love good trash talking when it comes to
Mhm.
horrible people. So she's fantastic.
I love when Bailey goes like, well, the bright side, well, there is no bright side for
Yeah.
them, but it's just like, how are you supposed to talk about things without like comedy? Because it's
Yeah.
like literally just absurd.
I also like how she's like, I mean, I'm not laughing because it's fun, but I mean, I guess it is kind of fun, but like, you know why I'm
Right.
laughing.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
You know
okay,
what I
it's just
mean?
uncomfortable. Like how else are you supposed to react?
Right? I have not seen It's a Crime yet. I'll have to check that one out. So that'll be another one to add to the list.
But yeah, with Fantasy Cosmetica, I feel the same, but like I'm like I need more mats, or I'm like I want to see more than, I mean, I love the 9 pans, but I'm like I want to see a little bit more from them.
Yeah.
But of course I understand, like, but after this launch, I think they'll be able to expand a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the main thing of why I've been holding off is that at this point, I am already so backed up on palettes that I want to be talking about. And on top of that, like with how many palettes I have, it's really hard to find unique color stories for me. So unless it's something that really grabs me where I'm like, I can already imagine like at least 10 different looks that I
Yeah,
would put together with
exactly.
it.
Like you have to
Yeah.
put the time aside to review it and play with it. Um, but I saw that you got stuff from Game Beauty.
I did. So that was part of what I filmed yesterday. So that video is going to go up tomorrow. I just finished editing it. I grabbed a bunch of their highlighters and then several of their single shapeshifter shadows.
Mhm.
Um, and so I was using those along with the Besame Cosmetics palette that's right up there,
Yeah, I
which
saw your post and I was like, "Ooh, she tried Game Beauty?"
yes. So the highlighters are awesome. I
They're
really
so
like them.
pretty.
And I had tested out to see if they were similar because they looked kind of similar a little bit to Kaleidos for their highlighters. And so I was like, is this a
Mhm.
knockoff? But they are not at all.
No, they're
They're like their
totally
own
different.
thing.
I did the
Yeah.
same thing. I swatched both of them because like I only got like the lighter goldish green one, and it's
Hmm.
kind of similar to Solar Sailor, but they're totally different.
Yes. So
But
the green one I really really liked. The I ended up using the Pyro one, which is the red one for the look that I did yesterday.
mhm.
Just because it went with the blush that I was using more. And so yeah, I really liked that. I will reserve comments on the single shadows though until my video comes out so
Really?
I don't give spoilers away.
Yeah, right. No spoilers, but I've been seeing that everybody's been really liking them, so I'm very curious.
So I will say the quality of the shadows is good.
Mhm.
It was not a bad quality of the shadow. It was something else about it that is going to cause me to not purchase it again.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh.
I've been just
Juicy.
having all of the drama in the last couple of videos. I don't know
Oh
what's
my god.
happening.
Those lip glosses. I was like,
Those
"Oh
lip
no."
glosses like ruined my life. That was the
Traumatizing.
worst day for me.
And Debbie's like, "What? Trigger warning."
I mean, it was so horrible for me. Like, first I had to test, like, I was testing them out before I even did the video. So
Mhm.
that was the first time of putting them on and being like, what is even happening to my mouth right now? And then after I had tested them out, I was like, well, now I have to film the video. So I had to
Oh
go through it a
no.
second time. And
Ugh,
then I had to see it in the viewfinder as I was
I
filming.
know.
And then while I was editing. And so it was like I was traumatized like
3
four
times.
times in a row.
I have to relive this again.
Right. So I went and I was like, I refuse to let these glosses beat me. And so I went down a rabbit hole of trying to find any other lip glosses that would be like what I wish that the Queen Cosmetics ones had been. And so I found some good ones. So I'm going to
Oh,
be
good.
doing another video that's like, this is what I wish it had been, where
Oh,
they
get
are
this, get
so much
this.
better. Yeah.
What brand?
There are several. So I have JD Glow has some
I heard those are
gorgeous lip
good.
glosses, and they just released some new ones. So I grabbed a bunch of those as well. And then there's also Copacetic Cosmetics has some really good ones that I already have, and so I'm gonna use those. And then I also just recently had picked up two from Electrum Cosmetics, and these
Oh, wow, those are gorgeous.
aren't they gorgeous?
That blue one?
And they smell really good. They're not super goopy, and so really excited about those. So I'm just gonna do a whole video on
Mm,
all of the different ones that
all
I
the pretty
grabbed.
sparkly glosses.
Yes.
I don't even wear gloss that much anymore, but um what's funny is that like from all the Colourpop lip products that I have,
Hmm.
the lip glosses are like the most inconsistent,
Yeah.
but their newer glosses are like some of my favorite
Yeah.
formula, but like the older ones, like sometimes a stopper would come out or it smelled a little bit off, and I'm
Yeah.
like, of course nobody was is gonna say anything about it, but like the Hocus Pocus 2 collection, like that gloss
Hmm.
doesn't smell the greatest, but it is a good gloss.
Okay.
But I liked the palette. I wasn't in love with that palette.
Yeah.
But from all the ones I've tried, I do like the ones that are my favorites are the ones like we said are like half neutral, half colorful.
Yeah. Mhm.
But I'm not eyeing anything else from them right now. I just got the Snow White palette and like honestly their releases have been kind of boring to me right now.
The the Colourpop ones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cuz like I only really like am interested when they release like a Disney collab because that's the only thing I really care about.
Yeah.
I don't have every single Disney palette from them, but I have most of them. But the one I don't like the most is the one I gave to the one I gifted to Debbie.
There you go.
But
I don't like this. Here you go.
no, like, well, I still bought it for her, but like I have my own, but like I just realized over time I'm like it's not that great.
Yeah. I think so. Colourpop to me serves a purpose in the market because
Mhm.
it's for what you're paying, you're getting decent quality. And so, especially for people that have like kids or teenagers that are getting into makeup and they don't have a lot of money, Colourpop is like the perfect thing for that, you
Like
know?
my the thing is that they have solid products.
Yeah.
Like it's just like their eyeshadows that people are so up and down about, but mostly a lot of their like complexion products and brushes and stuff are pretty well like very positive.
Yeah, like I haven't had really any products from Colourpop that have been bad at all.
Like
Um,
this, I love this spray, the fourth ray do it spray. I use this
yeah,
every day. It's
nice.
basically a dupe for MAC Fix Plus.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's very hydrating, and then the I never shut up about this, Pretty Fresh powder, but I'm almost done with this one, and this is my second one, so
Nice. Yeah, I
yeah,
feel
you know
like
what's funny is that that's, like, my least favorite product from them, and
yeah.
everybody talks about the gel liners, I'm like, they're okay."
Yeah, they're not my favorite liner. Like there are other liners that I prefer, but they're not bad. And I do like the range of shades that they have. Because
They're
if you're
just
trying to
they're, like, stabby, though, I don't like that
they
on the
also
waterline.
they are, and then the some of the shades don't hold up as well as others, is what I've found.
Yeah.
Like the consistency across the board isn't there.
Yeah, like, I noticed that, like, in the beginning, I feel like they were more consistent with the formula, and now it's like, it's kinda hit and miss.
Yeah. Yeah, like the original gel liners that they had, like the OG ones, those were really, really good.
Yeah. And I used to, have so many I still have some Super Shocks that I literally just keep in my drawer. It's just a space filler because I never use them anymore, but I used to use them all the time.
Yeah, I have several of the Super Shock highlighters, and like everyone talks about like how they dry out and everything, and I'm like, do you just not seal your stuff back up properly? Because
Yeah,
I have
like
never had an issue.
I've only had my really old ones dried out, but that was like after like 4 years. So it's
Yeah.
like they're
Well,
not
they're
gonna dry
technically
out that
expired then
quickly.
at that point anyway, but like who really sticks with the expiration dates for any of their makeup?
No.
Like
And they actually say for eyeshadow, like, it's powder products, it's kind of like just a marketing strategy. They really don't expire unless they start to smell bad.
yeah, and that's part of where like using disposable things like sponges and everything is part of what helps to save the longevity of your palettes because
Mhm.
you're not going back in with brushes that have
Yeah,
like
which I'm so bad about.
yeah, but
Um,
like that's how things end up going bad for people is like when they re-dip, you know?
mhm. The only honestly, the only 2 brands I've ever had that issue of it not smelling great is Urban Decay
Mhm.
and Melt. But Melt
Okay.
will, like, start off not smelling that great, but I also know it's a vegan formula, so I'm like, it's probably just, the ingredients that they use, but Urban Decay, I do notice the smell of the Naked palettes started to go off after, like, a few years, but I'm like,
Yeah.
it's interesting because like, all my Colourpop palettes, they smell perfectly fine, and there's some that are, like, almost 5 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, I it's rare that I'll actually have things go bad. Um it's usually like again, that's why I decluttered the foundations because that and the concealers, the liquid products, those were the things that were going bad.
Yeah, because they start separating.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just did, like I literally chopped my foundation collection in half when
Yeah.
COVID started, and the same thing with, my lip products because it's like, "When am I gonna wear these?"
Yeah. I think there's also like I definitely struggle with the whole concept around like getting rid of things in general just because
"Oh, no. She froze." Why is it every time we go on lives is when we have technical
of like I don't want to be
difficulties?
wasteful and it's like I bought it so I I don't know.
It's playing catch up
I think
now.
we're going back though.
You literally just talked so fast, it was like, like, "Is she Robin Williams?"
I needed to catch back up with where we were
Yeah,
at.
I was like, "What?" I don't even remember what you were talking about.
All right, thank you so much for coming by,
Oh, thank
Wendy.
you,
This was
Wendy.
awesome. I hope you
Thank
have an awesome
you.
time at work.
What
Yeah,
were
I
we
don't know
talking about
why
again?
we always struggle with the internet connection. And it's like I have really solid internet here, so I don't understand why we still struggle.
It's always on, like, when we're just watching a YouTube video, it's fine, but, like, I YouTube does it on purpose.
Yeah,
And Debbie said this so many times in her lives, so
yeah.
it's just annoying. It's like, if you're not paying us, then you. What were we talking about? I forgot already. Oh, about, shadows going off.
Yeah, with them going back. I think I've had like a few palettes actually where they started to have like mold and stuff on there, but they were like very old, you know?
What about your clarity palettes, though?
So the clarity palettes, none of them ever went bad. The main issue that I had with them is on one palette only, and that's it. And that was the like mermaidy palette
Right.
that I had from them.
Yeah.
It's the Summer Amazing. This guy right here. This is the
Yeah.
only palette where I have had struggles with them, and it's because the shimmers, whatever formula they used, it dried them out to where they're essentially a loose powder now.
Yeah, they're super crumbly.
Yeah, which to me, I don't understand how that happened, um, but it did, and so it is
Yeah,
what
it's
it
very
is, I
weird,
guess.
and it happened to a lot of people.
Yeah, and I don't know what caused it at all.
It just had to be, you know, I guess the preservatives that they use. I don't know if they even had preservatives in it because it
So
was
what I
a
was
new brand.
Yeah. One of the things that I was actually going to be doing is trying to see if I could fix them by using the Death and Candy like gel that she has.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a chance to try it out yet, but she already sent me the gel. And
Oh,
so I'll be
cool.
able to actually give it a try here at some point.
What color do I want to use? I guess I'll do the green on the inner corner.
Okay.
Um, what else am I eyeing? I forget. I like that new Clarity palette.
Yeah.
I think I sent it to you like a week ago.
I don't know if I've seen the new Clarity. Let me have a look here.
Cat, how dare you?
I'm falling apart.
I don't even have a Clarity palette. I know which one it is.
Which one are we talking
It's
about
like a
here?
12 panner.
Oh, yeah, okay. That has like some of the more grungy shades
Yeah,
on there.
that's pretty. Like that
Yeah.
would be something I would definitely use.
It looks really nice. I didn't get the croc one, which you would think that I would want,
Yeah.
but it's just again, it's kind of even though it's shades that I really, really enjoy, I have those shades like a bajillion times over, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like with somebody who has a large collection, it's like you need something to either be really unique or a formula that you really love.
Yeah.
And then I want to use that purple one.
I went a little crazy with the highlighter. I don't know if I like it.
What highlighter?
Since we were talking about the Kaleidos ones, I used the Gifted one.
Ooh.
So one of their multi-chrome ones. And it's the more pinkish to gold with like a little bit of green.
It's
And I
so
think it looks
pretty.
really nice, but it just, I went a little ham.
Is that a bad thing though? I mean,
I don't think so. And I'm really liking how the look is
you're
turning
talking
out.
to the one who loves the blinding highlighters, so.
Fact.
I was just gonna use the palette for the blush and highlight,
Yeah.
but as soon as you said Kaleidos or Game Beauty, I was like, I kind of want to use one of those.
There you go. I need to find a good liner. I went through literally all of my liners and I'm not seeing any where I'm like, this would be a great color for what I have. Again, this is how rarely I wear pinkish, like mauvey looks. Is like I don't even have a liner ready to go.
I don't know, Caitlyn, show me. What else is on my list?
Okay, so the question is, Caitlyn.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 different options here. Of what you can do. Just throwing stuff around.
That's the one you need to use.
Yeah.
Just jumping at it. You'll use me.
So I have one from Colourpop that's the Charmer shade. That's like your deeper mauvey purplish.
That's one of my favorites.
It's a good one.
I use that one so much.
I have 2 of it. That's how much I actually use that one.
But they just started getting dried out though, so I had to get rid of them. But
oh no.
Yeah. It was like the set I bought in 2021 from Holiday.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, they're not performing well anymore. And I did not want to get rid of it.
I was debating using this hot pink one, but I kind of feel like the hot pink is the wrong vibe with what I have going on my eyes.
No, so I would do that Charmer shade or like some kind of soft pink.
Yeah. So I was gonna, the dark red also is a no-go. So I think I'm gonna use the Charmer
Yeah, I think
shade.
Charmer.
All right. Convinced me.
Ooh, dark red. Dark red's pretty too. See, I was thinking about doing a palette bingo with you, but it's like I kind of just created my own palette bingo look anyway.
Dropping everything. I'm falling apart here. It's like I've never done makeup before.
This is what happens on lives, you guys. Like, we like pretend we're good at makeup.
We make you think we're together, and then like
we just have a huge collection. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. That's why I hate, like, people are so judgy when it comes to, like, not just makeup wearers, but, like, how you do your makeup. It's like, why do you care?
Right?
It's
Like, I
like
feel like we are the definition of, like, "Trust the process, please."
eh,
We'll end up
and
with
if
a
it
nice look at the end.
it's like, as if we're getting there, we're getting there.
Yeah, "Just please, just wait,
We'll
I
look good
promise, I'll
together.
clean it up."
And then you have those moments where you're just like, "Fuck it."
Right?
It's like, I don't even wanna do my makeup anymore at some points, and it's like, I just wanna just rip it off, but it's like, "No, I'm going somewhere."
Right? I definitely have it pretty frequently where it's like, I'll love where the look is going, and I'll be like, "Oh, you did it today, you really
Yeah.
nailed
"You
it."
go, girl,
And
you
then
look so good."
right? And then you do one thing because you're like, "I'm gonna be fancy, I'm gonna make this spicy somehow, and, like, it's gonna be the best thing," and it
Right,
ruins it.
because it's going too well,
Yeah,
and then you're like, "Hmm, how can I fuck this up?"
yeah. Oh.
It's like, yeah, like, I'll, like, do my happy dance, I'm like, "It looks so pretty." I'm like, "Oh my god, that's gorgeous," and then it's like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah,
Like, when I'm doing, like, my my lips, it's always, like, like, when you sneeze when you put your mascara on, that's the worst.
yes.
I was like, "Why can't I sneeze before that? It's always when you put it on."
That's part of why I use just glosses is because if I try and actually use, like, a real lipstick, it's gonna be a disaster because I don't know how to stay in the lines, and so that's that's why my looks are like circles around my eyes instead of any real shape because I don't know how to make
It's
lines,
fine, but it's still a shape that works for you, so that's the
right?
thing, like but, what was I gonna say? What did you just say before that?
The lipstick.
Oh, yeah. I used to be such a, gloss person, and then I discovered liquid lipsticks, and then now I barely wear liquid lipsticks anymore, and now I just went to regular lipstick, so
Yeah.
it's, like, constantly changing, but our makeup preferences and the way we do our makeup constantly changes, and we're always learning new things, and I hate when people are, like, so judgy or, like, hate on a person for doing something a little differently. I'm like, and then Angie always says, "It washes off at the end of the day. Why do you care?"
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing too is that like with how many people that are judgy and it's like, well, did you ever look back at the looks that you used to do? Like I'm sure that you weren't perfect back in the day either, you know?
I love looking at those pictures of myself.
Good morning, Anarima. I'm so happy
Hello.
you were able to come.
Good evening.
Yeah, it's evening for us, but it's morning for her.
Good morning. You traveled in time. I say that every time. I'm like, "We're all just time travelers. We just don't know
Yeah,
how to do it yet, but we kinda do."
sort of. This is the closest that we'll get.
Yeah. We'll kill each other first before we get to time travel, so
Yeah. Yes.
Where are you from? Oh my god. I always have to be quiet when I do my mascara or I'll go poke myself in the eye.
That's how I am with my lips. Like I don't know how to talk.
Right?
Ooh, what classes are you taking at Arima? I love school. I'm back in school again
Yep,
too.
me too. We're all back in school.
Yes.
Getting my bachelor's and you're getting your master's, right?
Yes.
So much fun, right?
So, bachelor's degrees, I feel your pain. Like I was never a fan of bachelor's degrees. Ooh, physics.
But I'm
You're
almost
smarter than
there,
me.
so this has been, like, a long time coming, so
Yes. I am
it's not
not good
that
with
hard.
I'm not good with math and physics things, and so that's oh man, that's
Oh my god, me too.
it's
Math was my
amazing.
worst subject. My worst subject. You know, did you use a gloss? Because I might use a gloss, actually.
I did use a gloss. I
Okay.
used one of the buxom ones. This is actually one of the fall ones. It's spiked apple cider.
Ooh, pretty.
I
Are you
love it.
done?
I just finished. Yes.
Okay. I forgot to do my eyeliner. It's fine. I'm almost done, but
There you go. I think it
anyway,
looks
that's
really
rough.
nice already. I'm loving the purple on the lid. That looks
Thank
really
you.
pretty.
What'd you use on the lid?
So I used only a few shades. I used the petal shade, and then I blended it together with rosewood.
Mhm.
And then I put Muse on top of the lid. And then in the inner corner, I put luster. I'll come in a little closer, see if that
Ooh,
does
yeah,
anything
that
to like.
luster shade is so pretty. That looks really
Yes.
pretty. I love it.
I love how it turned out.
It looks gorgeous. I think
I'll
I'm
have to
just gonna
take
use my
pictures.
phone.
I still need to work on my my
Yes.
lighting, and my new camera hasn't come in yet for live streams. It was supposed to arrive today, but it looks like it's coming in tomorrow. But
Oh,
that one
okay.
will have like way better quality for like the microphone, and then with like how the colors turn out, so that I'm not quite so like blown out with the lighting. And so I'm really excited about that.
Should I do white, brown, or black?
For the liner,
Yeah,
I
because
would
those are
go
the
with
only colors I have.
I would do the brown and then maybe the white on the inner third, so that way it makes your eyes pop.
I'm not that creative.
You're like, I don't
It's like,
nope.
it's literally coming up in like 10 minutes. But yeah,
Hey,
that would be
welcome,
pretty though.
lady. What is your name, Wellness with Frugal Mama? Or should we just call you Frugal Mama, which I'm totally good with.
I'm down
I
for
love that.
that. So did Debbie tell you that she thought my YouTube name meant Colourpop Fashion Cosmetics?
Does it not?
No.
What does it mean? Oh, it's your name. Oh my god, it's your initials. Oh my god.
When she discovered this, she was like floored, and I'm like, yeah, I made my channel name way before Colourpop was even a brand.
Wow. I totally thought it was that you were just the biggest Colourpop fan.
I mean, I am a huge fan of them, but not enough to make it my channel name.
That's hilarious. Oh my god, we learn new things every day, Caitlyn.
It's like, I'm never gonna look at your channel name the same again.
Yes, ma'am.
What's his name again?
This is Rogue. She's the little one.
Oh, she.
Yes, and she's reacting to the spiced apple cider scent of the lip
And what
gloss.
kind of dog is she?
She's a Shiba Inu mix.
She's so adorable.
Yes. She's very cute and she knows it.
She's a puppy?
She's a good girl. She's very sassy though.
She's a puppy though?
She's not a puppy. No, she's full grown. Yeah.
I thought you said she's the young one.
So she is in relation to Falco. Falco is my old handsome
He's
boy.
the old man.
Yes. And now they're both here. So you can kind of see the size difference. Falco's like a head bigger than her.
So funny that they just go in your face like that. So
right? Oh, I love that. That's part of why I did the setup the way that I did.
Yeah, you have way more room and they come in whenever they want. Just bother mommy.
It makes it to where they don't cry as much because they can just come up to me this way. Whereas before, like there was like my filming table was blocking them. And so they would cry because they're like, we can't get to her.
Like,
and so now they're like, we can get snuggles whenever we want.
We need the pets all the time. Why aren't you petting them right now?
Yes.
I think I'm going to use that petal shade as a blush.
Oh yeah, that would be a great one as a blush.
Huh.
Oh wow, Rogue,
my
you
God,
are the star right now. Look at that yawn.
It's so cute.
He's like, stop touching my ears. You're making them itch.
It's like so dark right now, so I'm still trying to see if I don't go blind. Like, I can't see anything. But my dogs, it's so funny. They're like, the only time, I mean, Watson likes being in my room, but they're so attached to my mom.
Yeah.
And Luna is just always just hyper all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, but what's funny is that I was like 2 coyotes.
She's just like looked directly at the camera. She's like, hello?
Oh. Another humans in there?
Is there something there?
What's on your screen?
Oh,
You talk to other people besides us?
yeah.
I thought we were your best friends.
It's a boy. Yes, sir.
But it's so funny because like she's such a coward when somebody like the delivery man comes or like, you know, somebody's here to work on the house or whatever, she'll just bark constantly and then you'll see her like shaking and shivering and I'm like, it's okay,
Aww.
relax.
Yeah.
She's so full of anxiety. But like she'll be the one that like passes out in front of the TV, but Watson will like constantly rotate because he has like a skin issue.
Yeah.
Like he's had like eczema and an autoimmune skin disease his whole life. So like he gets dry patches all the time.
Yeah.
But he's always so uncomfortable, so he's always like moving around. But she'll like just pass out and then she'll just try and pounce on him if he gets too close.
Yeah. Falco's similar to that. He doesn't have eczema, but he has a skin allergy that he's had his whole life. And so he's just always been a super itchy boy. And so we have to do monthly allergy shots for him so that he's not like, you know, itching the fur off of himself.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing now because it's the only thing that helps him stop scratching.
Yeah.
Huh. Why does this look so dry?
Oh, did I get the spot on the ear?
Aww.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's not picking up enough.
The blush or the highlight portion?
The highlight. I think it's just because I put powder over there, but there we go. There it is.
Yeah.
I'm using that luster shade.
Yes.
Ooh, so pretty. It's like it's so much pressure. I'm like, I'm almost done.
No, I think it looks awesome because like it shows how like versatile the palette
really
is.
You can even use either one of these as a bronzer.
Yeah. No, I think it looks awesome because like the way that it is on like the inner corner of my eyes, like it's super in your face, but then like you can easily have it work as a nice light highlight too.
It is a beautiful
that's
highlighter.
Awesome.
It kind of reminds me of the Blend Bunny highlighter palette that I have in front of me all the time.
Yes.
Love that palette. Okay. I'm just so tired today.
I
almost was like,
though. Like whenever I'm putting stuff on, like even in my videos, I'm like, did I do the thing?
Try to catch the light. Because I have one desk lamp, so I'm always like,
yeah.
But it's also like it's one of those lights where you can adjust.
Come here. Falco. Yeah.
Why are they barking?
I guarantee that's the delivery person for Amazon. Come here. Come here. Nope. Thank you. I'll be right back.
Sure. Sound the alarm. They literally sound like the Fox and the Hound dogs. Like literally that exact bark in the movie. They sound like the Fox and the Hound dogs.
Yes.
Like exactly.
All right, have fun with your class, Anarima. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for sticking around for when I'm almost done.
Yeah. Any noises out there and they just go crazy.
I'm upset that Debbie wasn't here though.
Yeah.
I hope she's doing okay.
I hope so too. You know, got to do more of the self-care. She does so much for other people.
I know. She really just I'm like, girl, you got to drink water.
Yes. Hydrate.
Just sit back and don't worry about anybody else and just worry about your health.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to grab a gloss.
Thank you so much. We try here.
I have to do that every time.
Yeah.
Dramatic effect.
I'm lay down.
All right, I think I'm going to use thank you. An old Colourpop one. This is from the Villains collection.
Ooh, yeah.
And Maleficent. It's kind of like a purpley, sparkly one.
That's a palette that I missed out on that I was super bummed about. I would have loved to have been able to get the
I
Villains
never got
palette.
it, so it's okay.
Yeah. Like seeing that, like I would love to have had that one. That was a
That
color story.
that collection, like
Yes.
that and the one after that, the Midnight Masquerade, my
Yes.
favorite Disney collections they've ever done.
Oh, 100%. I still have the Belle blush from the Midnight Masquerade one.
That's
Like
my favorite one.
they were so good. I wish they would bring those back.
That was and what's so funny is that they always say they're limited edition and then they keep around those palettes for forever.
Yeah.
But like the cheek products will go, but like the Midnight Masquerade palette was still available until I think I don't know if it might still be there, but
It might, yeah. I don't know why they didn't do the same thing for the Villains one though, because that one was the one that like was the really fun palette.
they kept the palette around a little longer, but I really regret not getting more of those highlighters but I
Mhm.
love that. Oh my god, I love the Maleficent highlighter. It's so
Yeah.
gorgeous. But that was a great collection. And then the Midnight Masquerade, I picked up so much from that collection that I was like, I was spending almost like $100. I was like, but it was so pretty.
Yeah. No, I think that was one of their best ones.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, even though I do think that the formula on the Disney collections are always better, but I feel like now it's a lot more makeup merchy
Yeah.
than it was about like, but the Snow White palette is really good quality. I
Yeah.
just feel like they didn't put those mattes were just too neutral in it, but they
Yeah.
perform really well.
Yeah. It felt a little more like a cash grab though, you know.
Yeah, but it was still a pretty collection. Like
Yeah.
still had to get the mirror, so
Yes, that mirror. There was a different one that was a Sleeping Beauty one that I see Tati using like all the time, and that was like a gorgeous mirror.
Really? Is it from
Yeah.
Besame or another brand?
I think it might have been from Besame when they did their like original Disney collab. Because it was gorgeous and it looked really similar to the one that you just showed, but
Mhm.
instead of being purple, it's like gold, you know?
Ooh.
Yeah, it
I've
was
only
really
ever
pretty.
gotten one thing from Besame.
They're so expensive,
I
man. Like
know. They just keep on going up. Like this
Yeah.
was back when they came out with the Sleeping Beauty collection, and
Mhm.
it wasn't too badly priced. Like the palette was like $55, but the only
Yeah.
thing I got was the cheek palette, and that was like $40. But it's like
Yeah.
that wasn't terrible. But that new palette was $100. Like
That's
what?
what I'm saying. This guy, it was
Right?
like
Is that what you?
100
Yes,
bucks.
that's what you used yesterday.
Yeah.
And is it worth it? Because I heard very mixed reviews about it.
It's not bad. So I
Mhm.
would say it was not worth the $100 if all you care about is the palette itself. So you're definitely paying for the like the ambiance of the palette,
Mhm.
right? The way that it looks.
Yeah, of
Um
course, but
yeah, and so to me, for that it was worth it because it's like an actual book. Like it is a thick palette. It has like its own little leather bound
that
thing
is
on here.
really nice.
It has like actual
Is the
pages in the book and
storybook? Oh my
everything.
god.
Yeah, it is well worth it for like the whole aesthetic of it. But what I did was I waited until it was on sale. So guess how much I paid for this?
Was it half price?
$37.
What?
And that
That
was a
that
steal.
means it did not do well
Yeah.
because nobody
But
wanted to
I
pay
mean,
that.
hey, I to me it's like I can't believe I got this for
That's
$37, but
amazing.
it is well worth
I
it.
would think they would mark it down to like 50 or $60.
Oh no, with the time difference. That'll do it. It gets you every time.
That's so funny.
Nice.
But
But yeah,
I
it's
think well, the most expensive palette that I own is the Natasha Denona Gold palette.
mhm.
And which one is your most expensive palette?
My most expensive would be the Natasha Denona one that was
Mm-hmm.
the green and gold one. This one. Is this the one that you were talking about?
No, I have the gold palette.
Okay, so this one is my most expensive one. This is what it looks like on the
Yeah, it's
inside.
gorgeous, but I
Yes,
never
and you can
pulled the
see, like,
trigger.
I use it to filth. Like, it is just,
Yeah, I
it's,
just never could pay that, but
yeah,
I was debating it for a while, and then the gold palette came out, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm getting that one."
yeah. So imagine how much worse it was for me because I got it while I was stationed in Germany,
That's
which means I
only
had to pay international shipping
that's
on top
like
of the
really
pallet.
expensive.
Yeah, but it's worth
I
it. I mean, I love it.
you know what's so funny is that I got the gold palette for free because I used it's a funny story, but so I sent like we did like a swap, me and this other YouTuber for the Sephora sale,
Yeah.
and they sent I think they had to resend her package because she never got it. So they sent
Okay.
it to her again. And then I was like, "Did you get it?" And I was like, "If you don't want to keep them," I was like, "just send them to me." And she's like, "Yeah,
Right.
sure, I'll send them to you." So I just took them back.
Nice.
And then I just used it for they don't even check. They just check, like if you have like the purchase history there and they're
Yeah.
obviously there already. So then I just got the palette. I was like, well, I'm not paying $130 for it.
Yeah. Right.
But I really do love Natasha Denona's formula. I'm
Yeah.
one of those people.
Yeah, I like it on the more expensive palettes, but on the ones that were the less expensive ones, it's very hit or miss for me. Like the one that I hate that I just am so angry about is the Circle Loco one.
Really?
It was a nightmare for me trying to get this thing to work. Like I could not like half of the shimmers were not wanting to work well. The mattes were super patchy.
That's
Like this
crazy because that one's more expensive.
Yeah, like I don't know what happened, and the fact that she like wanted to make something that had this many bold colors, I was
Yeah,
like,
like
"Yes,
hello.
do the thing."
Mm,
And then it was a disaster for me.
that sucks because it's such a
Yeah,
waste.
it was a bummer. But
I
on
don't know
the
where
other
the heck
hand,
the cap went for this freaking eyeliner. I've been looking for it for like 20 minutes. This is what happens when you're live.
right?
Like
The animals are acting up. They're
it's literally
they're
like ghosts are
fighting.
like, no, doing makeup right now because this is not your normal time when you do makeup.
Right? Yeah, my
But
dogs they're getting more rowdy because they know that it's coming close to their time when they should be having their food. So, I can't say a
okay,
certain
yeah,
word or
we'll
they'll
give
go
it like a
nuts.
few more minutes. But so I have like four Natasha Denona palette. Like there are the brands that like I go back to. It's like
Mhm.
I want to get more palettes from other brand, but it's of course I have the most Colourpop palettes, but
Mhm.
I didn't realize that Odin's Eye was like my number 2 most purchased
Oh,
eyeshadow
really?
brand.
Yeah, it's pretty up there. I have a whole thing that is just an Odin's Eye shelf. So yeah, somehow they really rack
Mhm.
up sales on there.
Yeah, because like we're like, "Oh, they're coming out with a new collab collection," then it's like I need all of them. So
Yes.
like when I was getting the legendary Diverso ones, I only got Tina's first and then I was staring at the other 2. I'm like, "Well," and then I ended up using the other 2 more than Tina's.
Yeah.
And then the
They
same thing with the Hello palette.
they definitely know how to get you with the FOMO because they're like everything is limited
I
edition and you can never
know.
get it.
Those
And
freaking
they
Christmas
mean it.
palettes.
Yeah, like they're serious when they say it's limited edition. So you're like, get it while you can.
I know. Well, especially the people like are ready to they really want to riot for those Christmas palettes. Like
Yes, they're so good though. I
people are
mean,
we're getting so mad.
yes. They're
It's
like,
like,
how dare you
well,
only have it once?
it's like, well, they miscommunicated, blah blah. I'm like, well, they did tell everyone they were only going to be restocked once, and then they are gone.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
they were brutal on the Christmas release. I felt like the Gila palette, they also only had like one restock of the Gila palette too, which was crazy.
yeah, but they had that palette around for a long time, like
That's
almost a
true.
year.
Yeah.
But that was definitely the one that stuck around the longest.
Yeah.
But I feel like, they might bring who knows if they might bring back the Christmas palettes for next
For
year. I mean,
next
there
year,
is
yeah,
a
maybe.
serious demand for them, so
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people really wanted them. They are only wish list. Yeah, they're really hard
yeah.
to get.
Yeah, I mean, like, I try at first, it was like, as soon as you, like they were, like, on my list for, like, a long time, and then it's like, "Why haven't you tried on?" It's not yet. "Why haven't you tried?" "Okay, fine." And then now it's like,
I'll take
now I
it.
can't say no.
Yeah. Did you
And then it's
see
just
that Kaleidos is getting rid of their Futurism collection?
mhm, I
I'm
know.
devastated.
I feel like it's time, though. I feel like I wanna
Yeah.
see different palettes from them now. I wanna see, like, not just quads. I wanna see, like, 12 panners or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, so the Futurism ones are 6-pan palettes, and, like,
Mhm.
those were, like, the OG palettes. They were what got me to, like, enjoy Kaleidos in the first place,
I love their
and
formula.
yeah, I my thought is, like, don't get rid of them, like, have more releases, you know?
Maybe they just don't want yeah, but they should probably just come out with like, everybody's been asking them for new ones
Yeah.
anyway, so but
Yeah,
maybe
because it's
they just think they're not that sellable anymore. Maybe they don't have
yeah,
that much of,
yeah.
but even though people still want them, but they probably just wanna they are a futuristic brand, so they just wanna evolve more, so I kinda get it.
Yeah. It is interesting though because it's like the majority of brands have like a particular aesthetic and they have so many different size palettes, which is why I don't have like a designated area for them because I'm like, well, half of them are tiny,
Right.
the other half are huge. I don't know where to.
Like, I don't know where to put the other ones because 'cause they're the
Yeah.
small ones are easier to store.
Yes.
I
Like
only
I
have
just
the Club Nebula.
yes.
I only had that and the Cyber Bronze, but then I sold the Cyber Bronze. Even though I loved that one, I just literally was not touching it anymore, but that was a
Yeah.
really good palette.
Yeah, the Astro Pink one and the Cyber Turquoise one, those were my 2 favorites, and
They're
I
so
will never
pretty.
give those up. Like, I will until they have completely hit pan, I will keep them forever.
It's like, I have to think about storage space, like, I think I'm at capacity again, but, like and then I'm probably gonna display this for a while, but,
Yeah,
it's always, like, rotating just to make sure everything fits just enough
yeah,
to where it's not, like, on top, and then you,
yeah,
like, can't close the drawer anymore, so
yep. Yeah, that's at least also what I really like about this is that, like, I can continue to expand up and out and, like,
yeah, it's great,
you
it's
know
such a awesome way to have so much space.
yeah, it's also that's like one of the few benefits of being all by myself is
All
like
by
if I use another
myself.
literally every day, this is all by myself.
As soon as you come in your room, you're like in your makeup room, like, "Stop." Like, blast the doors open.
It's like I'm so lonely.
And then you go like this, like, "Ooh, shine."
Yes, literally as soon as you open the things, you're like worth it.
I cannot stand my family bothering me when I'm doing my makeup. I'm like, "Can you leave me the fuck alone?" Like and it's always like they need something when you're doing it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"I literally just told you, like, 2 minutes ago I was going in my room, and then my mom will still be talking to me through the door," and I'm like, this were we still talking?"
I thought
She
we
does
were done here.
she does that all the time, but then she gets so mad when, like, somebody talks to her from a different room, and she's like, "I can't hear you," and I was like, "Well, do you think I can hear you when I'm in my room with
Yeah,
the door closed already?" Like and it's always never her fault. It's always like, "Well, you shouldn't be close or you shouldn't be doing this," and it's like, "Well, you're still talking to me.
yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Be rude?"
Yeah, it's I do not miss those times because like I was staying with my parents while I was waiting for my place to get done,
Mhm.
and like I would be trying to film, and I'm like, could you guys turn the TV down, mom, turn the TV down, like it's like oh my god,
I know my mom makes it so loud, but at least the TV's all the way on the other side of the house, but
yeah,
and the only other TV's in the basement, but
yeah,
they're pretty good about not making noise, but, like, It's just so funny, like, just before when I was watching a show before dinner was ready, she's, like, talking to me while she's not even facing the TV, but she's in the room, and I'm like, "Mom, I'm watching a show," and she's like, wasn't aware you were watching something," and I'm like,
Sorry.
"Why would I be in here if I wasn't watching a show?"
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I
So funny.
definitely I do not miss that. Like it was do you also
That'll move
have that
out
like
eventually.
when you're like filming, so I get super awkward and like thank God
Me
for
too.
editing, right? And so to me it's like
Mhm.
if someone else is in the house, I can't do it because I'm like if you're gonna hear me. You're gonna hear what
Yeah.
I sound like and you're
Like,
gonna
my
touch
mom will
me.
leave me alone, but, like, it's sometimes I'm like they're like, "Who were you talking to?" I'm like, "A friend."
The
Like
camera, leave me alone. It's just me and the
exactly,
camera.
like, why can't I talk to myself? It's normal.
I am a wonderful conversationalist.
I love having conversations with myself because you don't wanna listen to me.
I at least agree with what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
and, like
God.
yeah, like, sometimes it'll be so boring what they talk about, and then when I'm talking to myself, I'm like, "Well, this is more interesting." So it's like,
You know
"Mommy,
it's
I'm
getting bad when
hungry."
you start to respond back to yourself and you're like, "Self, what would you do about that?" Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds
shoot,
about
like
right.
or you try to make, like, a good decision and but your brain is telling you not to do it, and then you're like, "No, I'm gonna do it," and then it's like, "Well, maybe I should listen to
Yeah.
myself." Are they hungry?
They are.
Is feeding okay. It's
It
like,
is that
"Can you please
time. This
feed
is
me
she
so I
comes
don't
up, she'll
starve? Thank you."
yeah, so she is ridiculous with it. Like she understands what technology is and that like I am on something. And so if she really starts to get annoyed, she will find a way to turn the thing off cuz she's like turned my iPads off, she's turned my
She's
Xbox
too
off,
smart.
like she knows technology enough to understand there's an on and off button.
Sandy.
Yeah.
It's
Aw.
like we've all dealt with this in our lives.
Sandy's loving it.
Because we talk to ourselves the most.
Yes, we do.
But Luna's
That's
like it's so funny because Luna just whines and whines and whines when it's feeding time because we switched them to chicken now, and she, like, is just beside
mm.
herself.
Yes. Yeah, they're getting the wet food right now, and so they're loving it. Because once the
Mhm.
summer hits, I have to make sure that they're hydrated, and so they get more of the
She's
wet
wagging
stuff.
his
Yeah,
tail for him.
here's her butt. Welcome.
He's splashing everyone, it's fine.
Yeah,
Not demonetized.
she loves to have her butt scratched, and so then she'll let me just, like, grab her tail and, like, wave it around.
Cute. It's so, like, stable too, so
Oh, yeah,
it's so
it's a
easy.
sturdy thing.
Yeah.
It's like eavesdropping on a
Yeah.
conversation. This is the reality for YouTubers is that we get very accustomed just talking to
Yep.
ourselves.
It's like, what better way to talk though, but, like, it's so funny because my mom will have the door open when she's talking on the phone, and I'll, like, be passing by and I'll hear something, I'll be like, "Oh, yeah," or I'll be like, "You're so loud, mom." And then she'll be like, "But you don't have to listen," and I'm like, "But the door's open."
Yeah, what do you
Like, I'm
want me to
supposed to
do? I can
magically
hear
shut my
you.
ears off, like, "Oh, I don't hear anything you say."
Yeah,
Every time.
let me just forget that there's another person here with me.
Yeah, it's like she'll be so loud, and then, like, she'll do that in the morning at, like, 9 in the morning, and I'm like, "Am I supposed to be alive right now?" Aw.
She's giving me the side eye where she'll like
Oh.
oh, all
It
right.
really just froze on
No. So she'll
boom
do this.
shot.
Yep, I have to like do this staring at her and then she'll get like really upset and then she'll make sounds. So I'm trying to see if I can get her to make the sound where you can hear it. Roki.
Yeah, I wanna see if she makes a sound, it's hilarious. But, yeah, Luna will just sit at my mom's feet.
She's very talkative around dinner time.
So adorable.
And then Falco is just kind of like, I'm just here. Hello.
Falco and
Rogue.
Rogue, how'd you name them?
So Falco is named after a video game. It's the well, hello. It's a
Mm,
Star Fox video
I
game.
it's like, "I
From
need
like
attention too, hello."
Yeah. So he did a barrel roll as a puppy, and so I was like, Falco, there you go.
Oh, that's so
And then
cute.
with Rogue, I named her after my favorite X-Man character, not from the movies, from the comics, because the actual Rogue character from the comics is way better than the Rogue
You won from
character
the
from the
movies because those movies suck.
Yeah, they turned her into like I don't even know what, because Rogue is supposed to be able to fly. She's supposed to have superhuman strength, and they made her into this like pitiful little girl. And I'm like, what are you
She
doing?
touches people.
You
And
ruined my
kills
favorite
them.
character.
I'm not a huge comic person, but yeah, just like I watch all the movies though. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I love Hugh Jackman. That's why I watch those
Oh
movies. But
yes, yeah.
he's amazing. But
He
like,
was perfectly cast. Like I
yeah,
could not be mad at his character at all. Like he was perfect.
I love him. He's such a
Yeah.
great actor, and he's also very cute. But so the way we named Luna and Watson, so we named Luna after Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter.
Oh,
And
okay.
Watson was gonna be named Sherlock, but my mom loves Sherlock, and
Mm-hmm.
my brother wanted to name him Winston, and I was like, "Well, why don't we just name him Watson, his sidekick?" So,
I love it.
yeah. We're like big TV movie people, so
Nice. My next doggo is probably gonna have some kind of Sailor Moon name. So if it's a
yeah.
girl, if it's a boy, then we're gonna have to figure something out.
Well, you can name him Tuxedo.
Yeah, tuxedo mask.
Yeah. Tuxedo. Come here, Tux.
Oh
You
my
don't
gosh.
understand your name either, do you?
Yeah. Oh man. All right. I better close this out
All right,
because
that was
Falco's
really
starting to get
fun.
antsy now
Let me
too.
just tell you guys what shades I used real quick. I
Yes.
almost forgot. So I used. It's like, oh, what'd you use?
Yeah, what is it?
All the colors. So I used that yellow in the crease, and
Yes.
then I used that green. I should say the names right. Novu, and then like that one.
This thing,
Yeah,
that
this.
one.
And then I used pine on the outer corner, and then I used that shade amethyst, and that's
Yes.
probably one of the best purple shades I've used.
Yeah.
It's stunning. And then I used filigree on the outer part, and then I used whisper here, and then I used inspire on the inner
Okay.
corner. Oh my god, this inspire shade is insane. It's so pretty.
Yes.
And then I used petal and luster on the face.
Nice.
On the face.
The face. Sandy has 7 dogs. That's insanity.
Oh my god.
That is. Oh man.
I mean, I would have like 10, but like
Yeah.
Luna's just insane. So like she tries to attack Watson, but he'll just push her right off of him, and he's just like, "Get off me, you dumb idiot."
Yeah. I would love to have more dogs, but like I am only one human, and so I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah. And
Like,
also like you have to work and everything, so it's hard to take
yeah.
care of a puppy.
Oh man. All right.
We
I
will
think we're
definitely
gonna.
do this again. It was
Yes.
really fun.
It
Thank you
was.
again
We
for
need
the
to do this more
comment.
often. We keep like saying how we're gonna do this more often,
Probably
and
be
then
like
like a
months from now.
year. Yeah, like a year in between every single one of these.
I know. Because the last time we did it was like our movie live, and we were like, remember when we were gonna make that a thing?
Yeah.
Did not become a thing.
Oh man. All right, we're gonna say
Hopefully we'll be able
goodnight
to
to
do it again
everybody
soon.
though. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with us. I hope you
Thank
guys have an
you.
awesome night. Caitlin, have an awesome night.
You too. Bye,
All
everyone.
right, bye you guys.